Hi, Sideline Mom here, and it is a new week, and I think it's week 11 in my series, and I failed so bad last week because of stress. So, it was a highly stressful week. I got that flu that everybody's been getting, and I'm not sure if it's like nationwide or whatnot or worldwide, but it's that one where you feel queasy and then you feel kind of like lethargic really bad, but then it's like a head cold on top of that, and it knocked me on my rear. So I could not do my workout challenge, and that really bums me out. And then on top of that, our car broke down. And so I got really stressed over that because basically our car is the only one we own at this time. And the car we actually got rid of in September was way more reliable than the car we bought. And we were supposed to buy a car that was pretty reliable. Come to find out, the mechanic that we trusted in made a mistake. They made a couple mistakes, and then later when I asked why they made mistakes, it's because they were drinking. So yeah, that was pretty stressful, and with us being without a car, it's like I said, it's something that we need in our life, and it helps me get my son to and from school. I am very fortunate that I have family members that actually that will help me get my son, but I'm trying to actually be able to do it on my own. The only problem is that if I fall or something happens or my back just decides to give, that's the days that I really need the car. So far it's been so good. Not so good. It's been good. And I had my I can't think of any words right now because I'm just like still frazzled from last week. But basically have my cousin help me pick my son up from school the last couple of days, and then today my husband picked him. Actually, me and my husband both picked my son up because we went used car shopping at a dealership that's just up the road from us. That was a bad experience also, and now that I have bought that limit of a car last time, I know what I'm looking for in a vehicle, and all the research that I've been doing the last couple of months actually, because I knew our car was going to give out. We bought it, it was only supposed to have one problem, plus it only needed new tires, and then when we got it, like everything just kind of started showing its true colors, and we started to see that yes, this car actually needs a lot more work than we can actually afford and keep up with. So yeah, we are having to get a different car, and I'm in the market for a newer one, and I know what I want, so I went to the dealership, and me and my husband went to go look at the car that I've been eyeballing for the last couple of days. Actually, I've been eyeballing this car for the last few months. That's how long this car's been sitting there. And I'm kind of like, okay, so why is this car just sitting there? We get there, and I notice there's like some rust on the brakes. And I'm like, okay, that's not too bad because we live in the Pacific Northwest, and yes, rust happens all the time to metal up here. It's not a big deal. And I'm looking at the tires, and I'm like trying to examine the vehicle and whatnot, and the salesman comes out. And that's no longer a joyful experience to look at a car. But I'm glad he came out because the dealership that I went to had pretty low reviews, and I'm like, well, why do they have such low reviews? I want to know. I went in, of course, to go look at the cars, and the dealer, of course, immediately starts to like say, you guys look like a nice normal people, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I know I'm not normal. I'm pretty freaking weird. I wear weird colors. My hair is weird. I don't wear makeup like ladies. And then my purse, I don't have one. I have basically a tandem pack because I don't know. I hate holding things in my hands. It's just too much extra work. So it's like a big old fanny pack on your butt. So I know I look a little kooky, and my husband looks pretty normal, but whatever. We won't get into that. So yeah, we get there and we try to inspect the vehicle, and of course the salesman is kind of in your face, and they're like trying to show you like all the other cars, more expensive cars that you can probably afford, and pushing warranties and all this fun stuff. The thing is, I finally got into the car that I have been interested in, and it smelled like really bad. And the guy said, we clean all of our cars I don't know who cleans the cars, but they need to learn how to clean a car. I can clean a car. I can detail a car. I know how to detail a car. That's sad. I actually like spending time with my cars and actually detailing everything inside and out. I have detailed many of my cars. So this car, I went in there and the seats were dirty and they had this like spill marks everywhere, and then the floors were just like a disaster. Like there was like big old spill puddles of something, and then going down the sides of the car on the panels, there was like watermarks, and the mustiness of the car was so foul, and it made sense why. The funny thing is, the guy gets in at the same time as I'm getting to the car. I actually thought he farted. I'm not even joking. Until I realized that the smell wasn't dissipating with the windows open or the doors open, and it was just the car. And then I realized what it was. It was mold. You cannot get mold out of vehicles unless you basically take all the upholstery out, bleach it down, reupholster it with new upholstery, and then basically start anew. So I was telling him, I'm like, I like the car, it's great, but the smell is really awful. It smells like it's been sitting in water, or water's been inside the car. And of course he wants to argue that with me, that it doesn't smell like that, but he says yes, it does smell musty. And then I noticed when I turn on the car's ignition that the miles are a little higher, and he says that yes, all of the people in there drive the cars around. And I'm like, around the lot? And he's like, no, they take them places sometimes. And so, of course, he's trying to get us into the office to kind of cover up that story and whatever. And, you know, trying to run our credit. And I am not having it. I'm not going to run my credit on a car that I am not sure that I'm going to buy. It didn't sound right when we turned on the engine. It had like a little bit of a knocking noise. And then, of course, the cleanliness of the car is something that, you know, was disgusting. And then, of course, if you don't let me fully inspect a vehicle on my own and you're like literally standing over me, that's another red flag for me. Sure, he ran the reports showing me there's like no accidents, there's no water damage, but that doesn't mean that someone didn't leave the windows open for water to get in when it's raining, and or when they clean the car and it damaged the interior. It happens, but I don't want to pay for it. So me and my husband decided to go, and I leave kind of in a tizzy, I guess, because honestly, he kept telling me that the national average for that vehicle was like $7,775. Yes, that is the national average, but not for that car. That car is not the national average. That car is the below average. So, yes, I'll be keeping my eye open for cars that we're looking for, and our cars that we want are 3 different cars. We either want a Honda CR-V, a Kia Soul, or the ultimate best car for us to get would probably be a Toyota RAV4. But it's tough to find a car within our budget. It's tough to find, I don't know. The budget thing is the biggest thing for me, because my husband's the only person that's currently working, and I haven't actually worked since 2014 in November, so yeah, ever since then I've been a stay-at-home mom. And yeah, eventually would like to go back to work, but for right now, this is what I'm doing. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I make YouTube videos because honestly, I know that this keeps me honest. Not only keeps me honest with my weight loss goals, but it reminds me so much why I'm doing this. So yeah, car buying experience. I overate too much this last week. I feel awful. I couldn't have done my workout challenge. Last week was just a total waste, and I feel bad for that. Like, last week I was so stressed out that we got those weird chicharrones and various flavors that didn't contain sugar that we bought at like a store called Winco. And then we bought like shiitake mushroom chips and a bunch of other like things, because one of my go-to things when I'm stressed out is something crunchy. And so I lost track of what I was literally doing. And I watched the Ally McWowie video that she just did, and she brought up her basics of how she got started and what she was doing, and that's what I needed to do. I needed to go back to my basics. I needed to go where I first fell in love with the diet. And also, we've been trying out like so many different recipes from different, like, like Keto Connect, and then I think Headbangers Kitchen, and a few other places, and then just going online and trying recipes. And that's all great, and it's wonderful, and it's good, but I wasn't tracking any of it, and I was not paying attention to what I was eating. And granted, I haven't gained the weight back. That's not the point. The point is, I don't want to stay the same. I need to go down in weight. So basically, a diet reset has been the last couple of days, and it's been okay. I've been fine. I've been able to go back to my basics. I feel good again. I have more energy. I think some of the part of the energy part was literally just being sick, and then the stress on top of that. But eating the chips that they have, the chicharrones and all that, it just wasn't good for me, and I needed to realize that before it got too late. So, Allie McWowie, I mean, you're probably never going to watch this, but seriously, thank you. I needed that reset. I needed to hear that. So, yeah. And then with my Intent products that I have been trying out and I've been telling you guys about, I had talked to the owner previously, and I had told them that I had a bunch of skin issues, and primarily the skin issues were like varicose veins and I think they're called spider veins, and they're all over my knees, and they're all over the backs and the fronts of my knees, and it kind of looks like all bumpy and gross. And then on my feet, my ankles, there are spider veins, and I think because I cannot get on my hands and knees like I used to like clean things, I have to like literally squat, like they call it I don't know what they call it. It's just, you just squat like down low, and I think that's like wear and tear, especially my body being as heavy as it is. So I have been putting this stuff on me the last couple of days, and I want to be able to tell you guys if it's been changing my skin at all, or if the veins are going away. And this is probably going to be a few month thing, because I have to do it like every single day, 20 minutes before a shower, and then I'll take a shower and wash off the residue. And then I still use my silk on my spine. My husband puts that on my spine, and I still use the gel they have, the Glide. And my son's been doing really great with their night product. And so if you don't know who Intent is, I'm gonna talk to them and see if I can start putting their email down. So if you have any questions, you can ask them, or you can just comment down below and ask me, and then if I don't know the answer, I'll go ask them. But they are a wonderful company. If you have pain, or I don't know, any kind of illnesses, or take medication like Wellbutrin like I do, or Strattera, or anything, those actually deplete your body of magnesium. So this is basically putting the magnesium back in your body. And I don't remember what all he said, because we had a really lengthy conversation. I had to call him, and he had a bunch of questions. But basically, he told me about, like, he asked me a few questions, and I told him like what I have been experiencing over the few years. And I also was told that you don't spray the mist on the bottoms of your feet, and I've been doing it wrong all this time. You spray at the tops of your feet, and because the magnesium soaks into your feet a lot faster. So, with that being known now, I will actually be putting it only solely on the tops of my feet and not on the sole of my feet. So yeah, if I notice any differences with like my skin at all, or the varicose veins going away, for sure I'll keep you guys posted, because I know that there's a lot of people out there, and as we get older, those things happen. Varicose veins, spider veins, skin tags. I asked about skin tags. I said I have one skin tag, and I have tried literally all the products, and nothing works. Nothing gets rid of it. I've even tried like the at-home remedies, nothing. So they said just to go ahead and give this a try and see if it eventually will diminish it, because they said that they had another person who had skin tags, and their skin tags had gotten really small. So let's see if mine will just go away, because it's like it's one. It's in a very uncomfortable place. So I will keep you guys all posted. I will take pictures of these things, and I know it's gonna be gross. And I don't always shave my legs because I'm married. So hopefully I remember to shave my legs or take pictures of them. But I'll definitely keep you guys posted the next couple of months if anything changes at all. And I will try a lot better this next week, managing not only my stress but also managing what I'm eating, because I know it's really important, especially at the age I am currently, to eat a healthier lifestyle. Not only for me but for my family. We have heart attacks and diabetes on my mom's side of the family, and a lot of autoimmune diseases on my dad's side of the family, and so I just really want to avoid all of that. Anyways, yeah. The only side note is, I'm not telling you a side note, but look at this bracelet. I'm not sure, did I show you guys this last time? This is one of my bracelets that I got from Dadu Beads, and I know I'm forcing them down your guys' throat, but this is a really cool bracelet. It looks like a moon, and then I asked for moon colors, like dark blue and purple, and I just love this bracelet. So yeah, Dadu Beads, I'm still bringing you up, and it's March, and I shouldn't be, but you know what, I love you, so there we go. Alright, over and out. You guys have a good evening or a good day, and I'll be here again next week, hopefully with a new car.